Hi there. In today's episode, we're going to speak about fear. Is there something that fear can teach us? I want to share with you a few things that can help you change your relationship with fear and perhaps use it to serve you. The first thing is that fear is an expression of love. Fear is an expression of love. I learned that from Neil Donald Walsh, and is the idea that unless you care about something, you don't fear it. So, in essence, if you are not fearing something that you're moving towards, that you are growing towards, then perhaps you want to change your energy, put your energy elsewhere. The second thing is you want to give your fear an energetic release. Fear is an emotion, it is energy that needs to move. If you grip onto the fear or you identify with the fear, then it will proceed, it will continue, right? It's the saying of Carl Jung, which is that whatever we resist not only persists but grows in size. Whatever we resist not only persists but grows in size. So allow yourself to feel the fear. To feel the fear and get clear on like what is the big fear. Write it down. And then when you write it down, you're going to want to think about what is the opposite of that fear. If I am fearing um, failing at something or not being able to accomplish uh, being in partnership or expanding my voice or getting the job or whatever it is, then find out what is it that you actually do want. So the fear is showing you the negative expression of it, and it's also giving you an opportunity to clarify your desire. So you move the energy, you allow yourself to have the experience of fear. Some ways of doing that is that you can write, you can sing, you can create art with it, you can move it, you can shake it, you can take the posture of an animal that's very afraid, you give it a full embodiment so that it's no longer like a little very loud little voice in your unconscious that's keeping you in procrastination, but you give it a full embodiment. What happens when we allow ourselves to fully identify with a part of us or an emotion or an experience, and we give it a full expression, is that it's easier, it becomes easier to disidentify. So you move the energy, you allow yourself uh, to feel it, you find the opposite of the fear. What is the opposite of the fear? What's your real want and what's your desire? And you understand that it is the fear itself that it's showing you what you care about. I was on a client call and a conversation with one of my clients that I adore, and she was saying how fear feels like a lot of pressure. It just feels like a lot of pressure. And what came up from our conversation was that perhaps that pressure, it's like a hug. It's like a, it's like, right? And it shows up often as resistance, resistance from ourselves, resistance from things that are not working out, that we want to work out. And I'd like to, the thought that came in was, what if that pressure, that resistance, that it's like enveloping us and making us feel like tighter and tighter in space, it's actually an opportunity, and maybe it comes from divinity itself, right? Maybe it's a hug of God that is just giving us the pressure so that we can push against it and have the experience of who we are claiming to be, so that we can use that pressure as an opportunity to claim and to fully embody who we are choosing to be. So it is in the moment of resistance, it is in the moment of challenge, it is in the moment of moving into the mystery that we get to make ourselves. And so when the little voices of fear arise for you, and oftentimes perhaps in the past they said things like, well, you're not good enough, you're not ready enough. What if you're just making it up? It doesn't matter what these voices say. You can, instead of avoiding them and not paying attention to them, you can simply include them, right? Yeah, what if I'm not ready enough? Actually, that's why I'm doing this, to get ready, because you get ready, you become good at something by doing it. So thank you, voice, right? So what if you're just making it up, says the little voice in your head. So you include it and you say, actually, I am making it up because that is my power. I create. I'm a creator. So that as we start to feel fear come up for us, we can start to know that it's in the moment, in those moments when we have to create a pattern interrupt in our lives, meaning we get to move in a different way that we haven't moved before. We are giving consciousness an opportunity to express itself through us, because it's going to require our creativity, our presence, our alertness, and our choice. I hope this has been an opportunity for you to start to use fear as a guide, as an ally in disguise, as an ally instead of something that is freezing you. Use the fear to serve you. If you have any comments, if you'd like to explore more about this fear, I'd love to know. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Thank you so much. See you next week.